Greetings, this is a video to show you how to add components to the Define the Problem page of your website. And you'll see if I scroll down, this is my example page. I don't have anything on here, so I'm going to put these things on here as I need them. And you'll see the first thing that I want to include is the title of my project. And I need to go into the edit mode. And luckily I'll be able to copy other components from other pages to this, so I don't have to redo the whole thing. As you can see, here's my logo. But the first thing I want to put on there is the title of my project. And if I go back to my main page, you can see the title of my project is The Perfect Cup of Coffee. So I'm going to go back to Define the Problem. And I'm just going to make a text box. It was already here, but I'll drag a new one over just so you can see it. The title of my project is Perfect Coffee. I'm going to move this down below. So there's the title of my project, and I want to make that a little bit bigger. So I'm going to remove this box so that we can stretch this and make it one line. You can move that around if you want, center it, whatever you want to do on your page. The other requirements that I need here are the name of my company. So I'll put that right below my title. Perfecto pour over. I don't really have to have that because I've got it in my logo here, but I wanted to show you how you could do it on your page. But I'm gonna take that out since it's already in my logo. And the next thing that I want is my company logo, which is already there. So I'm going to show you how I designed that in just a second. But right here, I'm going to go ahead and put the name of the engineer. It's designed by Jerry Yo. And I'm going to say client, coffee lovers, and coffee shops, because I could see coffee shops purchasing this item, but also common customer, common consumer purchasing this. And the end user is who's going to use this device. It's going to be the same as the client, so these would be the same person that purchased it would be the same person that used it. It's not always the case. The client, like if you were designing a puzzle, the client might be the toy company, and the end user would be the children that use the product. So I'm going to stop there, and we're going to come back to the logo. Let's do that at the very end. But let's go ahead and do the next item, the design problem. So luckily, I have that already saved over here on the home page. Here's my design problem. And if I hover over it, the line turns blue. But if I click on the edge of it, blue dots come up, and that's what I want. I'm going to push Control-C on my keyboard to copy it. And then I'm going to go over to my Define the Problem. And I'm going to scroll down, just click on the page somewhere, and I'm going to press Control-V, and it will paste it onto the page. And it puts it wherever it wants, so I may have to move things around. But I really like how I'm able to do that easily, because it's a really important component there. I'll move this up to how you design your page is up to you. I would just encourage you to make sure it sells the product, make sure it's easily understood. So there's my design problem. If I didn't have that already, I would need to go and probably use this layout over here and add the text to that these two boxes here, but I don't need that. Alright, so I've got the title of the project, the name of the company. I'm going to come back to the company logo. I've got the design problem, engineer, the client, the end user, specifications. Alright, if I go to the criteria and constraints page, I've already created those. If you haven't created those, you'll need to do that. So again, I'm going to click on that box, press Control-C, go back to Define the Problem, and click on the page somewhere, and then Control-V. One thing I noticed on the criteria and constraints was I listed those criteria as specifications, but I'm asking you to do criteria and constraints. So I wanted to help you out a little bit and clarify this and make this a little bit more of what I'm looking for on your page. So I'd split that apart into criteria and constraints. Criteria are what does this product have to have in order to function? You don't have to put that definition on your page. I just wrote it out to help you out. So this pour over device must be able to pour coffee into a standard coffee cup. The filter cone must be removable, and it must be made of wood to be easily cleaned. So the difference between that and constraints, the constraints are a little more specific. These would be items that would, say, get in the way of completing criteria. What would be some potential obstacles? So I went through here and I made it more specific. It must be able to hold at least a 12-ounce ceramic coffee cup or thermos. That's a size constraint. It's got to fit that number 4 coffee filter. That's another size constraint. It's got to be made of wood. It's a material constraint, and it must be easy to clean. That would be a safety constraint. Cost less than $30, a price constraint, and be completed by March 30th. That's a time constraint. So you can see there's some overlap, and there's some parts here that are the same in criteria and constraint. So as long as I can tell that you know the difference between the two, that's okay. As long as if there's a little bit of overlap, that's okay. So the next part that I want to put on there are the materials and specifications. So I'm going to come over here and grab this layout, and I'm going to put a title, materials and supplies. Take off this part. Oh, if I make a mistake, I can just hit Control-Z, fix that. I meant to just delete that box there. And now you'll see that I have my materials and supplies. And I'm not looking for a super long list of materials and supplies and tools that you would need to do this. I'm just looking to see that you know that your project would require some items and tools in order to complete it. That's all I'm looking for. So I wanted to show you a tool that I use to logo with, and that is freelogodesign.org. Again, freelogodesign.org. And here you can enter in your company name. And you can choose a category, but that's going to kind of limit you on the icons that it picks. But so I'm going to keep it just general for right now and see what it does. And then click Get Started. And you see it takes some of these logos and it puts my company name below it. And you can use those if you want. Just kind of scroll through and see if there's any that you like. I like this one. Click that one and then click Add. You don't have to use these icons. You can change them to whatever you want it to be, and change the font, change the colors, whatever it is you want to do. And then when you're done, select Save. I'm going to use the free option here, so I'm going to select Download, and I'm going to put in my name and my email address. Okay. And in just a moment, it will email me my logo that I designed. There it is. And to check your email, I'll show you how to do that too. So you know how to access your email. Go to the district web page. And select Staff Student Links. And select Office. Once that opens, you have a lot of options, but the one that I want you to use is Outlook. And here is my free logo design email right here. And I'm going to scroll down this email until I see Download. And there it is, it downloaded right there for me. So I'm going to go back to my website. And I can simply take this picture and drag it straight onto the screen. There it is. So that's how you add the logo to your website. Don't forget to hit Publish on your web page. We're going to select Publish again. And then I'm going to select the Copy Publish Site link. Copy link. Once you have copied the site link, you can go back to PowerSchool Learning and click on the Design Projects page. And then we'll scroll down that page until we see Website Define the Problem. And then your button will say Hand In, and you'll hand in that document, and so you'll click the Hand In button, and then there's an option for Write a Message. You want to paste the link that you copied from your website into that message, and then click Hand In again, and then wait for feedback from me. And I look forward to seeing what you create.